Welcome to the Alchemy Babe, where we are talking about all things manifestation, mindset, motherhood, healing, and more. I am your host, Dakota, and welcome to the first episode where today we're talking about the art of letting go, aka the law of the universe that is called the Law of Detachment. The ability to detach emotionally from whatever it is that you desire, whatever it is that you're manifesting and dreaming of, so that you can actually bring in that reality. This is the fastest way for you to quantum leap, for you to actually create and change your reality, is when you emotionally detach. If you feel like you've been running in circles or you're living the same day over and over again, you feel like you're trying so hard to change something and it's just not changing, and you're just really struggling, but you feel like you're focusing so hard on whatever it is that you're desiring, whether it be your specific person, you're wanting this new relationship, a new job, you're wanting more money, you want the house, and you're wondering why nothing is happening. It is because you have not fully emotionally detached from that reality. And I'm going to explain more about this. And I went through this in so many areas of my life, but one of the most recent ones is when we were looking for a place to live that would allow my dog. I have a white German Shepherd, which I honestly did not realize how many places didn't allow big dogs, specifically shepherds, to live here in the city. And we were going to look at places all of the time. I felt like I was trying so hard for us to find a place that we could live with the whole family. You know, we had a baby on the way. This was before AJ was born. And we were just every week going to multiple different houses, and I feel like we were trying so hard. And it wasn't until I fully let go, I fully just relaxed. I almost felt like I gave up emotionally on finding a place because I feel like we were just trying so hard. That is when the place came. Not only did the place come that was the nicest place that we looked at, but also right in our budget, in a great location, perfect for us, especially having a dog. But it wasn't until I completely detached from the outcome did that actually come into my life. Probably the first time I experienced detachment, the law of detachment working really well, is in my weight loss journey. When I was in high school and after high school, I really wanted to lose weight. I really wanted to be healthier. I was working out all of the time. I was counting my macros. I was counting my calories. I was like analyzing and putting so much attention and focus into the way that I looked and what I was bringing into my body. And I was learning so much, almost to the point of like obsessing. And if you've been somebody that has had like body dysmorphia, you kind of understand where I'm coming from with this. But you're putting so much focus into trying to change, wanting to change, being unhappy with where you are currently. And it wasn't until I left in the bus, because I traveled around in the school bus in 2021 and onwards before I got pregnant. It wasn't until I left in the bus where I couldn't really track macros as easily. I couldn't go to the gym because I was just focused on traveling. I kind of just like let go fully of all of this work and that I was putting in to lose weight. That is when all of the weight came off naturally. And I was genuinely eating what I wanted. I was eating when I was hungry. I wasn't eating when I was not hungry. I was just going on hikes. I was genuinely just like living my life. And I did not give a fuck about the way that I looked. I didn't care about macros. I didn't care about any of that. And somehow I lost all of the weight that I was trying to lose for years. I might just add, for years I was trying to lose the weight and like the baby fat that you have, like as you're just growing up and maturing. And the moment I just stopped everything, that is when I lost it all. Not only that, but I healed my metabolism. I was able to like eat and not feel super bloated afterwards. I was able to eat and not feel like I gained 10 pounds after eating out. And in that journey, also a lot of healing my relationship with food. But it wasn't until fully detaching and emotionally detaching from the outcome that I was desiring, that is when these changes occurred. It is like when you are chasing after something, it is going to run away from you. Anything that you chase after is going to run away. What you need to do is stop chasing after. You need to stop, let go, and it will come to you. Think of like an animal. If you're running after the animal, it's never going to come to you. But if you relax, if you give it some treats, some snacks, it's most likely going to creep back up and then come into your life. That is the idea of detaching. Not just physically letting go, emotionally letting go. Your emotions are the key factor in the reality that you are creating, the vibration that you are on, the frequency that you are on, the field that you're in. Think of it as tuning into different radio stations. You currently are tuned in to whatever radio station you are. That's why you have the house, the family, the relationships, the car, the body that you're on. That is like the radios that you are listening to. All of these other radios and all of these other stations, they're playing other music, they're playing other frequency, and at any moment you can tune in to another frequency. And the way that you do that is by emotionally tuning in to a different frequency. Start listening to a different radio station. And if you are constantly focusing on everything that you don't have, you're focusing so hard on changing. For example, when I was trying to lose weight, I was focused so much on the macros and watching everything that I ate. I was putting so much attention into what I did not have, which was the body that I wanted, versus taking my focus away on everything that I didn't have, because what you focus on is going to grow. And when you're so consumed in the lack of, the mindset of lack. So when I was trying to lose weight, I was focused on the fact that I wasn't smaller. I wasn't a smaller size. When I was trying to find a different place to live, when we were looking for a house, I was so focused on the house that we didn't have and that I needed to find a place. That was just sending the vibration and the radio station out to the universe of lack, of I don't have it yet. So what is the universe going to do? Continue to give me lack, continue to give me what I do not have, because that's what I'm so focused on. Being in that scarcity mindset of not having enough. If you're wanting another relationship, a healthy relationship, but you're so consumed in all of the unhealthy things that have been in your past relationship, or the fact that you don't have a relationship, you're going to continue to bring into your life not having a healthy relationship, or not having a relationship at all, because that is what your focus is on. Emotionally, that is where your focus is, versus emotionally detaching from that and being able to receive in the new relationship that is healthy. Because if you had it already, that thing that you want, you wouldn't emotionally be attached to it. A great question to ask yourself around the relationship or money is, if you knew that by the end of today, $100,000 was about to be deposited into your checkings account, how would you live your day emotionally? If you knew without a doubt that it was on its way, that $100,000, it was coming into your account, what would you do? How would you feel? How would you walk about your day? You probably wouldn't give a fuck and wouldn't stress about the bills that are coming in next week. You wouldn't be stressed or worried about having to spend a little bit of extra money here. You wouldn't feel guilty about picking up the coffee on your way to work, because you know that 100K is coming into your account regardless, and you're gonna have so much more than you need. You're gonna have an abundance of money coming into you. If you knew that you were about to be married to your dream person that treats you like gold, like they are literally walking into your house, into your life this afternoon, and you're about to be proposed to and your whole world's going to change, if you knew that was about to happen to you, would you emotionally be worried about being single? Would you emotionally feel sad that you don't have them yet, that person yet? No, you wouldn't give a fuck, because you know they're coming into your life. You know that that's going to happen to you. You know you're going to have your dream person and the money's going to come. There's no doubt in your mind. That is the detachment and the letting go that we're talking about. To give you an idea of what it feels like, it's like you're holding on to all of these ropes. Say you're on a path, and on that path ahead of you is the money, the dream car, the dream business, the beautiful relationship, the family, whatever it is that you want. That is what is right in front of you, just a couple steps away, okay? But you're holding on to all of these ropes that are tied to these huge bloody rocks behind you, and you're gripping them so tight, and you're trying to walk forward so that you can step into that life. But you can't, because these ropes tied to these big heavy rocks are holding you back. That is what your emotions are doing to you. That is what being in the lack mindset, the scarcity mindset, being tuned into, the frequency that you don't want to be on, visually looks like. And it's not until you're able to let go of some of these ropes and these anchors can you actually step forward into that life that is literally sitting right in front of you. It is there. But in order for you to take that step to move 3 feet forward, you have to let go. You have to detach. You have placed so many orders with the universe on things that you want, and they are coming to you. But because you're so focused on when they're coming and why they haven't come right now, they haven't been dropped off at your house yet. Like when you place an order on Amazon, it is not like you're watching that order every single second of every single day, wondering why isn't here yet? Like I just said it, oh, I'm not sure. Like I'm so, what if they didn't get it correctly? You don't think any of that. You go about your day, you do whatever the fuck it is you're gonna do. You go shopping, you go meet up with your family and your friends, you still go to work. It doesn't even bother you, it doesn't even phase you because you know you've already placed your order. You know that thing is coming in. Whether it comes in today, tomorrow, next week, next month, the order has been placed. You're not calling the shippers, you're not calling the distributors, wondering where your order is. Why hasn't it come even though you just placed your order today? You don't do that. You let it be. You enjoy your day. When you go to a restaurant and you order food from the menu, you're not going and asking the kitchen staff, like, where's your food? Are they making it? Are you sure you guys got my order? You're not going back up to the waitress being like, can I see that you punched it in? Like, I don't think you punched it in. Like, I'm not sure. You don't do any of that. You sit and you enjoy the drink that you have, your margarita, you chit chat with the friends that you're with, and because you know your food is going to become, you are going to be fed. It is the same thing as you placing all these orders in the universe on the dream person, the car that you want, the house that you want. But now the next step is just detach emotionally from it, the same way that you would when you go to a restaurant and you order your food, or when you order something on Amazon, or when you're in the drive-thru and you ask for your drink. You know when you pull up, it's going to be there. You're not second guessing any of it. The same thing needs to happen in your everyday life. You feel as if it is already in your life. You emotionally know that it is going to come to you. You feel calm because you know it is coming. Not the opposite way where you're still attached, where when I get this thing, then I will feel at peace. When I have the relationship, then I will feel happy. When I'm at my dream weight, then I will be more confident. When I get the car, then I will feel more comfortable to drive in said weather. When I get this new outfit, then I will feel more alive. When it's not that, it's I feel this way and I know that thing is coming. I've already placed the order, so I'm already gonna feel those feelings. I'm gonna feel calm already. I'm gonna feel confident. I'm gonna feel like my highest godlike self. I'm gonna feel of abundance. I don't need an external confirmation to confirm something internally within me. I'm gonna repeat that because I think you guys need to hear it again. I don't need anything externally to confirm an internal feeling within me. I can and I will create that feeling internally, and then externally everything is going to change based on the feelings that I'm on. I'm going to tune in to the radio station that's playing my favorite song. I'm going to rock out and I'm going to live my life and I'm going to have the best time and I'm going to enjoy every day because I know that these things are coming to me. The money is coming to me. The career is coming to me. My specific person is coming to me. I no longer sit in the emotion of needing something because that just puts me in the space of scarcity. It's a scarcity mindset when you think you need something in order to feel a certain way, that you need to lose the weight in order to feel happy or to feel confident. And when you start to desire something new and think about that new life you're going to have, listen to the triggers that you have. Do you feel uncomfortable about money? Do you feel sad when you think about the fact that you're in your bed all by yourself every single night because you don't have a certain person? That means you're still emotionally attached to whatever outcome that you're hoping for. You need to create that safe place for your emotions and for that reality to come into you first. One of the easiest ways to do this is to put your emotions somewhere else. Put your attention into something else because you have a certain amount of attention. And what a lot of us do, myself included, is say when we want something, like I want a new car, it's all I can think about is that new car that I really want. Like I'm obsessing over it. But all that it's doing is keeping me in the world and in the frequency and the quantum field of not having that car yet because I'm focusing on it so much and I'm focusing on the fact that I don't already have it. But if I can fill my mind, if I can put my attention into all of these other places that I'm not focusing on the lack, I'm not focusing on what I don't have, I'm not emotionally attached to the things that I'm lacking, that is helping me and forcing me to detach from that lack mindset. I recently have noticed I'm able to manifest a lot quicker when I read, when I focus my attention and I pay attention into a different book, and not necessarily self-help books. I used to be a big fan of self-help books, which I still read, but now I'm focused more on like fantasy books or books that actually have a story to them, so I can be consumed in this different area, this different realm. And then instead of taking all of this extra attention that I have through the day and putting it on the lack and the things that I don't have, now I'm putting it into a book or a movie, a series. Find a new hobby so that your attention can start to be put to these other areas that aren't making it or breaking it into that reality that you haven't yet created. But not only that, you're also becoming the person that has that. If you already had the car and you already had the relationship and you already had all the money, you would probably have other hobbies as well, because you wouldn't be obsessing over the things that you don't have. A lot of the times when it comes to money, it's like, oh, I would read, I would start painting, I would start crocheting, I would start, creating clothing if I had more time and I have more money, but I don't, so I'm not going to do those things. Whereas if you can slowly start to bring those things into your life, you're becoming that person already that has that, but you're also emotionally detaching from the person that doesn't have it yet, the version of you that doesn't have it yet, because there is a version of you in the quantum field that already is existing and living with the thing that you are dreaming of. You're placing all of these orders for that life. Allow it the same way that an Amazon order would come in, or your food at a restaurant. So to wrap things up, ask yourself, how would you feel if you already had the thing that you are desiring? What emotions would you invoke every single day and have in your life every single day if you already obtained whatever it is that you want? The dream house, the dream relationship, the amount of money. How would you walk about your day? How would you feel? How would you show up for yourself? How would you show up for others? Look into the emotions. Your emotions are energy in motion, and whatever emotion you're feeling is placing you to listen to that same radio station of either the song is continuing to play the fact that you don't have it, or the song is now playing the fact that you're a boss ass bitch, you have everything, people treat you like gold, you're in your dream relationship, your dream car, everything works out for you, you're the luckiest person in the entire world. How would you feel if that was you, if that was her? And put your attention, pay attention to things outside of the lack and scarcity of you not having it yet. I really hope this helps you guys out and you enjoyed this first episode, and I look forward to seeing you in episode 2.